Ready.
Hey guys, welcome to Golf Ball Addict. Coming at you with another product review today. So this one has a very good chance of being significant. So usually when it comes to your backyard, like I am here at the household, usually you have to use plastic wiffle balls or just plastic little golf balls with the airs in, with the holes in them. And I've never had success with those. I hate them. I don't use them. I always have to go to the driving range. But this product right here, Birdieball, promises that the ages of that are over. Immediately, from what I'm seeing, what they claim is that it spins exactly like a golf ball. It has true feel, true flight, remarkable hang time, and even sounds like you're hitting a real golf ball. The reason that's significant is because these actually only go 40 yards no matter what club you hit them with. That means that I can come out here to my backyard, which we have like a little 4-acre here, but even if you live in a subdivision, whatever, you can come out to wherever you live and practice just like you do at the driving range and get real feel and real feedback. But with these, instead of having to go to the range or drive there or make time, anything like that. So if this works as intended, it could be very significant. I know it'd be a game changer for me. Another thing they claim is that you can basically practice anywhere. They have all kinds of things on the side right here that say backyard, hit back and forth, course warm-up, youth instruction, baseball diamond, all kinds of different places. So basically you can go anywhere. Anywhere you want to practice, anywhere you happen to be. If you take them, you have a club with you, you can practice. You are able to actually fade these. You are actually able to draw them. They say that if you put a draw or a fade, they will curve in that direction, which is awesome. So that kind of gives you another way to practice and work on your shot shaping, something I definitely need a lot of work on. And yeah, you can see the chart on there in the back on how far everything's supposed to go. But really the max, average is about 40 yards per club. So what do these look like? Well, they don't look like a golf ball, that's for sure. As you can see, they kind of look like a little bit of PVC. They're not, I promise, but PVC pipe. So how is something like that supposed to sound and feel like a golf ball? I have no idea. I'm not an engineer. I'm just a tester. The only way I know to find out for sure is to put one down and try it out. I've got my 7-iron here. Most used clubbed in the bag, probably. Let's hit it and find out.
All right, guys, quick overview before we get started with the test. This is, of course, their website. As you can see here, kind of just the basics here, advertising the Birdieball. They also do make putting greens, things like that as well, but for now we're just going to focus on the Birdieball. As you can read here, just some information on it. They actually claim there, if you notice, that it's the best golf training aid invented this century. So that'll be interesting to see if that ends up panning out. Some advertisements there. I like that. That kind of gives the driving range feel. Of course, that image right there is kind of more of a, you can take it anywhere on the go, easy to carry around type of thing. As you can see, it definitely has a unique look to it. Advertisements, video, things like that. If we go to shop now, it's going to pull up all the different ways you can buy it. They actually offer a lot of different packages. I bought the dozen Birdie balls for $29.99, $5 shipping, ended up being $35, but they also have strike pad sets and blemishes strike pad sets. They got the buckets there for like a driving range type of feel. They've got, a duffel bag that's included in one of them, and some chipping, and just a sleeve, 100-ball bulk. You'll notice you can buy just a single one for $4.49. You still have to pay the $5 shipping though. And then we get into there's golf instruction packages. There's a tennis ball for $2. That is the most random thing I've seen. But, yeah, and actually you'll even notice there's a 9-hole field set as well. So for $1,200, if you have an extra $1,200 floating around in your pocket. So lots of different ways to buy. If we go back here to the Learn More page, you'll kind of just see a bunch of key features. They have a bunch of stuff. Really what I got out of all that, though, was that they do claim that it is the best golf training aid invented. So that's kind of where I'm going as far as, is it? I think the premise is that, so we'll see.
All right, I topped it a little bit. It did kind of have a neat sound to it. I don't know if it felt like a golf ball, really. I didn't hit it clean, so I'll try again. Took off and curved way to the right. So they do have an ability to curve right. I don't know if I just put a slice on it or if the wind caused that. I don't know. I'll hit a couple more. Alrighty, so I hit a couple shots with it. It feels good. I don't know if it feels exactly like a golf ball. It does feel mostly like a golf ball. Has just a very slight click to it, but there's not that full force of hitting a golf ball. I hit firmer golf balls most of the time, so that's probably why it doesn't feel exactly like that. But it's kind of fun. It has a fun feel to it. It goes up there. You know when you hit it good, it makes like a whoom sound through the air when it's spinning right. So it does give you a pretty accurate representation. I've actually hit a couple. I've duffed a couple, and they've sliced off, and it does accurately represent that. So far the feedback's been good. I'm going to go ahead and try to draw a couple and see how well it draws, and I'm going to try to fade a couple and see if I can get a fade on it as well. Alright, so yes, they draw just fine, and they slice just, or fade just fine. They slice, they hook, they do all that. So, and actually pretty well. So that's impressive for, you know, the little PVC looking thing to do, but yeah, it feels great. The feedback's great so far. I enjoy them. I'm going to hit a couple different clubs. I've been hitting 7-iron this whole time, so I'm going to try it with some wedges. I'm going to try it with some more like flop, sand, and kind of see where it goes from there and see if it feels any different. Alrighty, so we actually just went ahead and went and picked them all up since we were going to switch out the club anyway, and they all went about the same distance. So that is an accurate claim so far, but that's also with the same club. So I went ahead and switched up the club. I have a 4-iron now instead of a 7-iron. I'm going to hit a few with them and see if the flight path changes or anything like that. Further with the hybrid, and makes a lot bigger of a sound too. Alright guys, so took it through the ringer with a couple different clubs, and there's a couple things I noticed. First of all, the feedback is pretty remarkable. If you don't hit it right, you know it. If I shank it, it comes off the club wrong, it'll spin off, it'll slice off. When you hit a good one, you truly feel it, from the sound to the way it hits the club to the way it travels in the air. So the feedback is remarkable. I could definitely see this being a training aid as far as if you're not a good ball striker, learning to strike the ball well. It already, I can tell you, would be amazing for that. As far as does the ball travel the same flight and have the same distance, I had watched reviews that had claimed it does. I'm not getting that at all out here. So I'm actually hitting it, you know, when I hit it with my 4-iron, it was straight, kind of jumped off the club straight, maybe only got 10 or 11 feet off the ground in some cases. And then when I'm hitting it with the 60, it's going really high in the air, and it's only going about 20, 30 yards. So there's a big difference there. I'm probably getting about 60 yards with the 4-iron. So it still does distinguish, but what's nice is it's still only 60 yards with a 4-iron. So I'm able to hit the ball and get feedback, but not have to go to a driving range, and I can do this in my backyard. So that's kind of what I was looking for, and so far it seems good. I like the product a lot so far, but I'm going to bring in a couple more people. As I said on my channel before, I golf with my mother and my stepdad every weekend. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring them out here, and I'm going to have them hit it. They know what it's supposed to do, but they haven't hit it yet all, and we'll see what they think.
Feels like a regular golf ball, goes like a regular golf ball. You can tell with the sound when you hit it good or if you hit it badly. Like when I shanked it, it didn't sound good at all. But this last time I didn't hit behind it or anything, and it sounded really good. Got as far as a regular golf ball. Maybe not quite as far, but the way I hit it anyway. And I think it'll work out great. I think it's like...
What do you think?
I like it. It gives you feedback, instant feedback.
All right, guys. So Birdieball review roundup. So I had my doubts. Looking at this thing, obviously it doesn't look like something that's going to look or feel like a real golf ball. However, when I hit it, that was a completely different story. It looked like a golf ball when it came off the club. It sounded like a golf ball. It felt like a golf ball. It offers tremendous feedback, and I think it's honestly something every golfer could benefit from in one way or another. Being able to come out here and hit 4-irons, hybrids, and them only go about 60 yards with little chance of anything breaking from this hitting it is awesome. It's something I've needed for a very long time. I think it's something a lot of golfers could really use, and I'm excited to use these in the future. I let my mom and I let my stepdad hit them. They both loved them. They had the same exact reaction. They were looking at them thinking there's no way this is going to be at all good, but they were pleasantly surprised, and they're going to continue to use them after the fact, even though at first they had their doubts and said they wouldn't use them. They were just going to keep using the regular golf balls that we normally hit with our wedges back here. So they're excited. They became believers. I'm going to go back through some of the claims again real quick just to see if they all match up. Spins like a golf ball. Sure. I mean, when you hit it, it spins like a golf ball. Absolutely. If you hit it, I mean, you can tell. It's a little different because with a golf ball, obviously, you can't tell what direction it's spinning other than what direction the ball is going. This, you can clearly tell. If it's back spinning, you'll see that it's back spinning. If it's got side spin, you'll see it side spin because it offers that type of feedback the way it's shaped. So, yeah, I mean, I don't know if it spins exactly like a golf ball, but it spins really well, and it actually does what it's supposed to do, so I like that. True feel and true flight. It does come off like a real golf ball, and it does feel like the flight is there. I actually got all of them go 40 yards in the same flight from another reviewer. That's not something that Birdieball claims. So when I did that today, I was pleasantly surprised to see that actually your 60-degree wedge goes really high, and it doesn't go as far. The 4-iron goes very far, very low. That's what I was hoping it would do, but I've been told different, so maybe Birdieball changed how it's done over the last couple of years. I don't know, but the flight was really true, and it was, and it had a true feel as well. So both of those are great. Remarkable hang time, absolutely. These are very lightweight. They stay up there a long time. I'm not sure how that helps you, but it does hang up in there for a while, and the wind does affect it. It does, we had a left to right wind today, and everything looked like it was slicing, but you could tell based on the spin that it wasn't. It was just the wind taking it. Turbine sound. I wasn't sure what that was at first, but now I know when you hit it really well flush, it makes kind of a sound like that because you hit it so you get spinning so fast. And it's kind of neat. It lets you know when you really hit it 100% flush, and it kind of gives you a sense of satisfaction because really great feature. Love that. On the back, as you can see, they don't claim the 40 yards every club is there. It actually shows you different clubs, wedges, mid-irons, woods, things like that. That is accurate. This little chart on the back was pretty much exactly what I hit, so definitely good there. It does fade, it does draw, and I'll be honest with you, it slices and it hooks too. If you hit one really bad and it ends up slicing really far right, these will show you that feedback. So I thought it was just going to be a minor hook and a minor draw. Not the case. It will go as far left as you want it to go if you put a really nasty hook on it. All right, so as I said earlier, $29.99 for the dozen, $5 in shipping, $35 total. If you want to try just one out, you can for $10, including shipping, but I don't recommend that. If you're going to try them, just go ahead and do the $35, honestly. They are great. They're a great training tool. I really recommend them for anybody. I can't imagine anyone who wouldn't fit this market. I think everybody needs help with ball striking, feedback, anything like that. So honestly, I don't see anybody who couldn't benefit from this. Sorry about the truck there. But yeah, $29.99, great price. Give them a try. Go on there. If you want to just try out one, you can, but I definitely recommend the 12. In order to tee these up with a driver, you do have to have their brand of tee, and that costs, I think, an additional $10. I didn't buy that, but if you want to actually tee it up with a driver and work on that, it is going to cost you a little bit extra. But, if you just want to work on your iron and your strokes and things like that, give them a shot. Guys, thanks always again for watching, and keep watching to keep saving. Also, if you like this video, please subscribe and like. It helps the channel a lot. I've got even more videos coming, so thanks for tuning in.